One important question when using this dynamic component approach is the component actually recreated when it gets loaded, or do we use an existing instance? So for example here, when I reload the app, we have the quote component by default. Now I go to offer. This component is obviously created brand new now. What if I go back to quote? Was this component now also created newly, or do we take the existing one? Well, let's check this by adding a new button to our new component here and adding a data property, so the function here, which then, as always, returns our data object, where we have a simple counter set to 0 initially. Well, upon clicking this button, I want to increase the counter. So here I will listen to click and simply set counter plus plus, directly accessing this counter property. Now to see that effect, I will also output counter here. Now if it stays alive, we should be able to increase the counter, navigate to another component, come back and still see the same counter. If it is destroyed, it should restart at 0. Let's see what happens. I go to new, and then I increase that to, let's say, 10. Now I go to offer, and now let's see what happens if I go back to new. It starts again at 0. So the component is actually destroyed and recreated. We could have checked the same with the lifecycle as a side note. So here on new, if I add destroyed and then log, console log, destroyed to the console here, well, we will only see what we already know, but it is more interesting with the next step, what I'm going to show. If I go to new and go to offer, we see destroyed was called. So the component dies. We can override this behavior though, and in the next video I'll show you how to.